Hey YouTube, how's it going? Dan the Plastic Man here. I hope you guys are doing well. I know I haven't put a video up and I apologize for that, guys, but it's worth it today. We've got the parts for the Master Grade Gundam Double X to take a look at. And this kit was so fun to put together, guys. So, as with my other parts videos, we start from the top down, so let's get right to it. Here is the head, and we've got a great sculpt going on. We've got the face vents are cut through and through. The cheek vents have great detail on them. The Vulcans are molded in gray as part of an internal frame piece. The whole mold itself is striking. You can see that I've done a little bit of detailing here on the vents on the back of the head. I didn't use any of the foil seals on this guy because all they did was just cover up the green plastic. So we've got a light piping system here in the head. When I was putting it together, it almost looked like the light could be diverted from this green piece, which runs from the front camera to the back down to the eyes. But as I'll bring in a nice bright clear LED, that really doesn't happen, but you do get a very, very good glow out of the forehead camera itself. So, get those out of the way and the head out of the way. Next up is the chest, and, well, the upper torso, I should say. And, yeah. Satellite cannon, well, twin satellite cannon is already installed. Great coloring. I actually thought that the Double X, whenever I watched the show, I always thought the main armor was black, but the plastic they gave us is a very dark navy. And then we've got the cockpit hatch and the energy collector here. Now, I did something different compared to what you get in the box, because what comes in the box is this standard gray plastic, but I actually used a silver paint pen here to make the green on these two pieces pop a bit more. We'll go ahead and open up the cockpit here. And there's our little Garrod sitting right in there. That does happen just a little bit, but it's just a quick little snap and it's back on. Let me back this up a bit so you guys can see a bit more of it. We've got our energy collector fins here. Now, I had a major heart attack with these because I have a cat and she got her fangs onto the prism paper that goes behind these gold pieces. And she did crinkle one or two of them up, but if you guys can't tell, I'm not telling either. So, I'm just loving the detail and the way this thing looks. I don't have the shoulders attached because I'm just going to do a review on them, but let me bring one of the cannons forward. One thing that is very different from, say, the old 1-100 high grade is when you extend the cannon, you can actually extend it even further and swivel it from side to side, which, given this kind of weapon, I don't know why you do that, but still. Okay, let me close the collector fins back up. Come on. But yes, here is the upper torso. Here's the waist section. Good coloring again. Great detailing with the vents in the skirt armor. And of course we've got our hyper beam swords right here. I'll go ahead and pull one of these guys out, because I'm also going to be looking at the weapons in this video. I know I usually do a standalone weapons and accessories video, but there's only really, other than the two sabers and the satellite cannon, there's just a shield and a rifle. So I'll be going over those in a couple minutes, but here's one of the swords with the effect part. I love this sword. The only thing I'm not still a major fan of is just the fact that you've got to disassemble it to get it in the bracket hand, but joys of the bracket hands, I guess. we've got this opening hatch here, and my guess is that this is for when you've got a G Falcon and you've got it in flight mode. But other than that, loving the detail. We do not have variable hips, they're just straight through and through. But yep, that's the lower torso. Now we'll come back up and we'll go to the shoulders. Usually just two colors of plastic, the navy blue and the gray for the frame, but I went in here with a black Gundam marker and basically darkened up all of the thruster vents on both sides. And then of course this is where the clamp for the satellite cannon is hidden, so here that is. And then you can still open it up like this. Now if I remember right, yes, you can actually, there's a little slide right here that you can pull out and help angle the bracket even more. So we'll see how that works when I get the whole suit together. But yeah, I mean, I'm loving every bit of the build on this suit. Here we have one of the arms. They're both the same, but we get a nice bend out of the standalone arm. I'm going to call that a 160, I want to say. We've got full rotation right underneath the shoulder joint. And then we've got the collectors. Now, opening it up like this, the collectors are on a track and they will open and move to their positions together. So no having to say open this and then grab one of the two radiator fins. If I remember right, the high grade 1/100th, you had to do that. But it has been a while since I built that thing. And here we have one of the legs. We've got a variable, well not variable, but we've got a pivoting hip joint right here. We've got a nice double bend out of the knee. You can get a full 180, and we've got typical sliding knee armor, as with most of our master grades nowadays. This is my only teeny tiny complaint so far about this kit, and it's that this knee armor here is just a little bit loose when the leg is fully straight, so you've got just a bit of wiggle room there. Nothing major, not a deal breaker obviously, just a little nitpick to be noted. And here is the leg version of the radiator panels, once again on a track, so when you open the panel, once it gets to a certain point, there go the radiator fins themselves. The foot, we've got great motion, especially because of the ankle joint, though it can be a little stiff. Now my foot is a little bit stiffer than usual because I took the same silver pen that I used for the collector panels on the torso, and I went in here and gave the pistons in the feet a bit of a silver paint job. So as you move the toe up and down, there are more of the pipes, more of the cylinders exposed. Now, this does make this part exceedingly tight. I will go ahead and say that the painting has made that almost so tight I'm scared to move the foot. And it looks like I'm actually about to run out of, well, space here for a minute, so give me 1 minute, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Just got a time limit on my camera here, so let me bring the leg back in here. But yeah, like I was saying, good motion out of the ankles, but because I painted these hydraulic cylinders, I'm almost scared to bend this toe, because you heard that snap. That's just the quick motion of the, basically it's the paint giving way, because you can probably see that the paint is actually starting to come off a little bit, and there are stress marks on this piece right here where the cylinders would actually go, so I'm going to leave that alone for right now. And as I said, since you've only really got a shield and a rifle other than the sabers, here they are. Unlike the 1/100 high grade, you can actually connect the rifle into the bracket for the shield, which they just call a defense plate. So you've got a couple swing arm action going right here for the shield, because I saw that when you've got it plugged into the forearm, you can swing this out of the way so the Double X can still have its shield when the satellite cannon is engaged. This rifle, though, let me straighten the handle out. I love this thing. Running from the barrel tip all the way back here to this gray circle, this rifle has a full internal frame. I'm not joking. I would, well, actually I can pull one of the pieces off and let you guys see this, because it's very rare for a rifle this size to actually have a full internal frame, but there it is. So that does it for the review of the Master Grade Gundam Double X as far as its parts and accessories go. Next up, I'll be doing a review on the full suit and be giving my final verdict on it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to me, leave me some comments. And I want to take just a minute right now, even though I'm going to be doing a full video on it. Thank you guys so much. The channel last night actually hit 50 subscribers, and a lot of people go on about, 100 subscribers, 200, 250, 500. I'm just grateful for you guys to give me 50 subs, so thank you very much. I've actually got a nice little surprise coming, and I will see you guys at the next video, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.